Here we are at Clothesline, a show where we string them up, put them to dry and wring them clean on the clothesline. We've had a horrendous week, more horrific rapes, this time a little 5-year-old, and here's how our media treated it. Let's go through the checklist. A journalist hears about a little girl's rape. He or she heads out to investigate. How was this girl picked up by this man? Where was she playing? Was she alone? Did anyone witness the abduction? Did the police not bother to investigate because the parents are poor? Who was the official who didn't lodge an FIR? Who's the SHO of that police station? Researchers are supposed to start digging, pull out statistics on rape, conviction, age, bring out how the law has changed, explain the recommendations of the Justice Verma Committee, and explain why has nothing changed. So is that what our reporters and news channels did? No. Reporters ran out to catch bites from protesters, and guest handlers started phoning people to invite as guests to yell and scream on the shows that night. Where was the journalism? We've become a nation of screamers. And finally, when we did get the panelists, who were they? John Abraham, Rahul Bose, Ravina Tandon, and hold your breath, Tushar Kapoor. And if you weren't already feeling a little suicidal at the state of the media, NDTV decided to push you over the edge. NDTV telecast its Indian of the Year program the other day. The event was presided over by a waxwork of the Prime Minister. Whoops, it's an animated waxwork. If anyone has seen the Prime Minister blinking, do write into us. And as Pranay put it,
this evening is dedicated to the woman of India. Justice for the woman of India.
Dedicated to the Indian woman, you say. And what better way to do this than by having 2 Indian women milk another Indian woman's death for all it's worth. You can almost feel Barkha twitching because he's not shedding a tear. Time to shift focus to the mother. Something's got to give after all. And then the close-ups followed, because that's how you protect India's daughters, by making her family and friends repeat what they've been through over and over and over again.
But you went to the police. You didn't leave when you could. आपने अपनी दोस्त को वहाँ सड़क पे नहीं छोड़ा. आप भी उसके लिए लड़े.
Even the chief guest himself wasn't sure if he should applaud or not. Well, he could have cried.
We applaud you. We salute you. We derive courage from you.
Now the tendency of inviting netas as chief guests is so C-grade 70s. Get with the time, dudes. And then came MMS's moment in the sun.
Not going to answer any question.
Not going to answer any questions.
So predictably said nothing or almost nothing. The entire idea of calling accomplished people as chief guests is that the audience learns something. They're supposed to share some insights. It's a rewarding experience where you leave enriched with something new. A chief guest is not a status symbol. तेरा chief guest सिर्फ chief minister था, मेरा तो president था, prime minister था, मेरे पास Audi है, मेरे पास Porsche है, तेरे पास क्या है? सिर्फ माँ?
आज मेरे पास बिल्डिंगें हैं, property है, bank balance है, बंगला है, गाड़ी है, क्या है तुम्हारे पास? मेरे पास माँ है.
दीवार के दिन गए, वो डायलॉग अब नहीं चलेगा, अब माँ घर नहीं बैठी, काम पर जाती है. So getting a chief guest who says nothing is like airing a story or a full show that tells you nothing. Oh, okay, wait. Now it all makes sense. The other program, which is a strong contender for most cringeworthy moment from TV, was Rahul Kanwar's program discussing is porn fueling rapes in India. And what better way to discuss this than through a film promotion?
Mr. Anil Kapoor, we've also got John Abraham, Sunny Leone and Tushar Kapoor. All of them are here to promote their film Shootout at Wadala.
Although going by the usual panelists, we can't think of a better person to talk about pornography than Sunny Leone. Better than Sunny Deol for sure. Though he might work in Indo-Pak debates.
Hindustan Zindabad! Hindustan Zindabad!
What can you say about people who've raped little girls and people who've not seen porn? Will you advise them to see porn? What are you talking?
Well, it's fair to say that that film promotion didn't go off too well. Moral of the story, don't try to sneak an FHM in with an India Today cover. Oh wait, that's already been done. It's at times like this that I feel that journalism is dead. But then there's a twitch and there's still life in the body. Which brings us to Srinivasan Jain.
Hello and welcome to Truth versus Hype. The failures and the successes.
In Truth versus Hype, Srinivasan demonstrates what journalism should be. Facts, figures, events, interviews, on-ground, first-hand accounts, and piece to cameras which I hear make young interns swoon.
And the old ones too.
There you have it. Vasu bringing India's women together. Truth versus hype. Speaking of truth versus hype, the police commissioner decided to give 3 back-to-back interviews, speaking a lot, saying little or nothing, and not doing himself any favors. Probably because he was tired, because he'd just given a press conference where he didn't do himself any favors. Which might be because he was tired because he and his men have been busy policing Delhi. which didn't do him any favors.
For any misreporting that you do, does your editor resign?
Good question, sir, but our editors don't go around slapping people. I was just swatting a fly. Your face came in the way.
If my resigning will prevent such depraved actions of the society, then I am prepared to resign 1,000 times.
The thing about resignations is, once given and accepted by the employer, you are not in a position to give another because you have nothing to resign from. So we are not sure how you resign 1,000 times from something unless you're saying the Home Minister would reject your resignation 999 times. Or it would be rejected for bad grammar by the Ministry of Law, who these days ensures correct use of grammar in police reports.
I can talk English, I can walk English, I can laugh English, because English is a very funny language.
Let us assume that it was registered within 5 minutes. The rape had already been committed.
So after his solo performance at the press conference, the much sought-after man went channel hopping, presenting himself to be slaughtered, ripped apart with stinging questions. But we wonder, why wasn't he at the altar of times now? Could it be because of this?
Mr. Fulka is live with us tonight.
No.
No, don't say now you don't want to debate with Mr. Fulka.
Separately. No, listen to me.
Why are you avoiding it now?
But Rajdeep was trying his best to ruffle the commissioner's feathers in his own ineffective style, with some phenomenal statistics.
The number of rape cases are 463 between January and 15th April this year. That's a 158.6% jump in Delhi. Molestation cases have gone up to 973, a jump of 600%. Eve teasing in this period has gone up to 433. That's a jump of 783%.
Wow, great takeoff. Immaculate research.
It was I who gave these figures during my press conference today.
Round one goes to the commissioner.
To what extent do you hold yourself responsible for the faults in the system, particularly of your junior?
But it'll take a lot more to break this man.
Have you ever heard the Commissioner of Police has been targeted before? The Parliament House was attacked.
Yes.
Was the Commissioner asked to resign?
Yes.
And say in the US,
Yes.
26 school children are gunned down in Newtown in Connecticut.
Yes.
Is the police chief sacked? Is he asked to resign? There is a bomb blast at the end of a marathon.
Yes.
Is the police chief asked to resign?
We have just one thing to say. Good question, but... So who's responsible?
If you're expecting Manmohan Singh ji or someone else to solve everything here, you're going to keep expecting it.
Unfortunately, I do not have the police under me.
What should I take moral responsibility for?
Fair enough. So here's who's responsible for this. It's you, the regular folk of India. Here's what you should do. Support Delhi. Slap yourself really hard. If that didn't hurt, you're not doing your bit for your country.
No, now let me ask you a counter question. Who is the political class which is protecting me?
And here we thought the debate was about who's protecting us.
You're again interrupting me, Rajdeep.
Please go ahead.
Don't do it. Let me finish, because then I lose my train of thought.
Ooh, he doesn't like his train of thought to be interrupted or derailed. Okay, now we know why he didn't go on Arnab's show.
Moral responsibility for what? Moral responsibility for the levity in society, moral responsibility for the sickness in people's minds, moral responsibility for the psychopathic behavior of these two people we have arrested within 48 hours.
Your true calling is psychiatry. A lot more sophisticated than... So since psychology is your real weapon, the ideal way that you can actually tackle a depraved, degenerate society imploding into anarchy is by identifying and dissecting those factors which affect individual psyche as well as the collective consciousness. Who wrote this? Which could be a function of the id and the super id taking over, and what insecurities and traumas at an individual level and collective level have. Oh, forget it.
A policeman cannot be present in every household.
Of course, we know that can't happen.
Barkha, you have been covering events in Delhi for a long time. You know the connection.
So there's a feeling that someone in the government wants to protect you. Who are these elements? Who do you think?
You know the names.
Do you? Do you? You're journalists.
The shutting down a metro station seems a very dictatorial thing to do.
It is an administrative decision that we took as per our strategy.
So let me get this straight. Suspending democracy, if part of strategy, is okay. Only if it's not part of strategy, that didn't work well for someone, although it was her strategy. An Andhra minister, Botsa Satyanarayan, asked, why was the gang rape girl roaming around late at night? I would suggest, put a curfew out for all men after 8, all women will be safe. And then we can ask, what was that man doing roaming around late at night? Botsa wasn't the only idiot. Here are the contestants of Do Yourself a Favor and Shut Up contest.
जब तक कोई महिला टेढ़ी नजर से हटेगी नहीं, तब तक कोई आदमी उसको छेड़ेगा नहीं।
तो इसका ये रेट नंगेपन की वजह से, वेस्टर्न कल्चर की वजह से ज्यादा हो रहा है, और भारतवर्ष का जो कल्चर है, जो लोग सभ्यता पे चलते हैं, उस वहाँ पे ये चीजों का रेट कम हो रहा है, ये मेरा मानना है।
Well, we've seen it happen in your beloved Bharat for all the months after December 16. This time it's a 5-year-old.
कल मैं इसको टेकअप कर रही हूँ, आज छुट्टी है।
First of all, Mamta Sharma thinks nothing of saying, today is a holiday, I will go tomorrow. Fine, I wish the rapist had taken a holiday. The most amazing part of these geriatric Gen politicians and bureaucrats, hereby known from this day on as Jerry Gen, is that they are so entrenched and insular, they don't even know how politically incorrect they are. Could she not herself have predicted the flack she would get for saying she was on holiday, so she would see the little 5-year-old girl the next day?
मैं खुद जाऊंगी बच्ची को देखने और भी हमसे हेल्प हो सकेगी हम करें।
What is this phrase, मैं खुद जाऊंगी? If you sit in a government office, does it mean you cannot, will not, never, ever move your off your chair? Are you doing the world a favor by not sending an underling?
When you see an incident like this, the time has come for us to ask you directly, haven't you simply become a body without any teeth? Completely 100% ineffective.
Arnab correctly asks the chairperson of the National Commission of Women, what impact does your work have? It's simply नाम के वास्ते. You have no teeth.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. मैं इस बात को मानने को तैयार नहीं हूँ कि ये बॉडी टीथलेस है. हम समन करते हैं, हम एक्शन टेकन रिपोर्ट लेते हैं, हम कॉग्निजेंस लेते हैं.
Mamta ji should make up her mind. Is she speaking in Hindi or English or Vinglish? Why use simple words for which there are plenty in Hindi like take up? Okay, so it's Vinglish. Fair enough. Then Mamta ji agrees she needs teeth.
50% पॉपुलेशन पे जो कमीशन बना हुआ है, उस कमीशन को टीथ देना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है.
Hell, it's easy. Her teeth are lying in a glass next to her bed. Like many people who get false teeth, she doesn't like those ill-fitting teeth and only puts them on for special occasions. Arnab's program must have been such an occasion.
आज के जो बर्निंग इशू है, उस पे अगर आप बात करना चाहते हैं तो मैं बिल्कुल तैयार हूँ, लेकिन आप
मैं बर्निंग इशू पे ही बात कर रहा हूँ. और बर्निंग इशू जिसको आप बर्निंग इशू डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं, जो आप बर्निंग इशू डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं, उस पे आपने कहा है अपने टिप्पणी में कि मैं दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री शीला दीक्षित को चिट्ठी लिखूंगी. मैं आपसे कह रहा हूं कि चिट्ठी लिखने से इंसिडेंट्स बंद नहीं होती. आपकी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी इतनी लिमिटेड है.
Arnab does his job. He makes Mamta Sharma the burning issue, and rightfully so. More power to him.
You ask anybody in the country, I am writing a letter to the Chief Minister, is this enough action? Take a call. Tell people to call. They would call at the NCW office. You will hear the voice of the people. And whether they have any faith in the National Commission of Women that says हम चिट्ठी लिखेंगे. चिट्ठी लिखने से कुछ होने वाला है, Mamta Sharma ji.
Now Mamta ji is upset with Arnab. At a time like this, why is he not listing all the wonderful things NCW has done and continues to do? Mamta ji got a bit confused. She thought she was in a meeting with the advertisement copywriters for NCW.
और अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम जो हो रहे हैं उसके बारे में आप नहीं बताएंगे. जो हम एड्स के माध्यम से दे रहे हैं उसके बारे में नहीं बताएंगे. सोसाइटी की मेंटालिटी चेंज जो वो प्रोग्राम्स हो रहे हैं उसके बारे में आप नहीं बताएंगे.
Then Arnab, the strong man who delivers his threat, he will ask the nation to write letters giving their opinion of the ineffectiveness of the NCW. Letter bombs away.
I'm requesting news our viewers that they will write in to us. Do you think the National Commission of Women, which lacks teeth, is effective? And all the responses that I get, Mamta Sharma, I'll send to you. You can see that, and then you can give me a reaction once again.
और मैं उसका जवाब दूंगी आपको. मैं reply करूंगी.
मैं आपको कल शाम तक भेज दूंगा.
Big mistake, Arnab. That's exactly what she loves, writing letters. Now Mamta Sharma will spend all her time answering letters sent to her from Times Now. Arnab, this move, misfired. You fell into it. The nation, as you so often say, Arnab, does not want to hear from her. But here's what the nation heard from Arnab regarding the Chinese aggression.
Exactly, in a deliberate and well-thought manner, by land, by sea and by air.
Arnab said they're attacking us from land, air and sea. See? Geography got a bit off there. No sea at the line of actual control last time I looked. Ladakh is the highest desert. Himalaya is 12,000 feet above sea level and about as far from the sea in kilometers. But who knows, Arnab is so powerful these days, he could not only create a sea, he could probably part it for the army to cross. But I believe Arnab is our greatest speaker, inspiring. The army should hire him to go and speak to our Jawans instead of these actors who go to cheer them up. He would have them raring to get the Chinese. His speeches remind you of none other than the great Winston Churchill. I'm no fan of openly racist Churchill, and since he called our Mahatma Gandhi a half-naked fakir, but check his legendary speech.
We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds. You ask what is our policy? I will say it is to wage war by sea, land and air.
As Bulldog Churchill said when he led his little island in a war against formidable Hitler, I have nothing to offer but blood, sweat, etc., etc. Watch.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears and sweat.
The only problem is, in India we're already neck deep in blood, toil, tears and sweat. And we aren't even at war. In closing, we'd like to add a feminine touch to the Think Before You Speak gallery. Mayawati is only one among many who says that films with adult content result in the youth following the wrong path. So by that logic, did industry start giving away land occupied from farmers back to them after 2 biga zameen?
मैं अपनी जमीन कभी नहीं बेचूं.
No. Do statistics show that mothers started shooting delinquent sons after Mother India? No. Did women shut up after मैं चुप रहूंगी?
मैं नहीं कह सकती.
No. Did women start lopping off men's privates after watching Zakhmi Aurat?
उसी के हाथों मैं नामर्द बनाया जा चुका हूँ.
Or feeding their philandering husbands to crocodiles after watching Khoon Bhari Maang? And did patriarchal chauvinistic Punjabi men say to their daughters, Ja Simran ja, ji le apni zindagi after DDLJ? Afraid not.
Ja Simran ja, ji le apni zindagi.
That's a wrap for this week. If you have any moments in journalism which have made you say, oh wow, or oh shit, write into us or tweet to us. Peace, be the change, connect, stay online.